Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and someone asked me to make a video about what I would carry if I was going hog hunting. I haven't hunted in years, I really miss it, and I'm starting to gather stuff for my next hunting trip. If I can save the money to get on a private lease, I'll do that. If not, I'd have to go on public land. But I haven't hog hunted since I was in like 7th or 8th grade, and it wasn't conventional. It was more of a wildlife management type of deal. We did harvest the hogs and skin them and stuff, but the main focus wasn't necessarily to get meat. It was to get rid of hogs, which is a big problem in Texas. And keep in mind, hogs are an invasive species. They're not native to the United States. So anyways, someone asked me what would I carry. They asked me actually to do a top 10 of what I would recommend to carry hog hunting. And I told this person that I really can't do that because one, I don't have, like when I hunt with a gun, I stick with a particular gun. I don't like try out different calibers and stuff like that. I hunted with a H&R 243, single shot 243 for the longest, and that was a deer hunting gun. But as I stand right now, what would I carry hog hunting? Well, first off, let's talk about the weapon of choice. This is my Sega AK setup. This is a 7.62x39, and I put a Leupold scope on it. I couldn't tell you what its magnification is. It's a 1.5 by 4 by 20 VX Freedom, and this is my hunting gun at the moment. This is the closest thing to a deer rifle I have. I know the 7.62x39 will take down anything in East Texas, so this is my weapon of choice as of right now, as far as a firearm is concerned. So this is, if I was hunting deer, if I was hunting hogs, this would be it. And it has a low capacity magazine. That's what it came with. The Sega AKs are referred to as the politically correct AK. It has no pistol grip. It's supposed to be impossible to convert to fully automatic, which if you have enough knowledge, you probably can convert it. And I actually like this traditional stock better for hunting, and it just feels more natural to me. And it doesn't have a bayonet mount on it, so it's not a very impressive AK when it comes to tactical stuff. But I like it, and it's mine, so I enjoy it. You can bump fire it if you so desire, but I got a video of that. Destroying a watermelon with a friend of mine that I met through YouTube. And so yeah, the Sega AK, and I got a scope for it. I'm more or less configuring this for deer hunting, not necessarily hog hunting, but if I were to go hog hunting, this would be the gun that I would take. As far as archery, I haven't made a video on this, this bow yet. I featured this bow in videos, but I never made a video talking about this bow specifically. This is the PSE Nighthawk. It's a 40-pound draw weight. I really wanted 55, but I'm kind of glad that I got the 40. And I was actually going to spend a lot more money on a recurve bow that had an IFL riser. But I went to my local bow shop, and they didn't have what I was looking for, and this was right in the middle of COVID when everybody was on lockdown. I needed something to pass the time, and I haven't shot this since lockdown has been lifted, but this was what I was shooting while I was unable to work for X amount of time due to COVID, and I like it. I think it's a very attractive bow. It's recurve, so I don't really have a stand or anything that would accommodate this when I was hunting deer and stuff, so I'll probably be sitting in a bush But if I got accurate enough with this, this would be the bow that I would use. I have a crossbow, but I don't have a sight for it or a scope. The sight that I had for it, it has a scope mount, and the scope or the red dot sight that I had stopped working, and I haven't replaced it yet. I actually hunted with my crossbow a few times, and I missed the opportunity to get a doe with it. I didn't miss the doe. I was cocking my crossbow before getting into the stand, and I got tired of uncocking it. And I was like, you know what? I'm in a box stand. I'm relatively insulated. I want to wait until I see a animal before cocking it. And so this doe came out, and I was like, oh, cool, doe. So I slowly cocked the crossbow, and it stopped and just retreated back into the tree line. And I was like, dang it. So, I did. If I would have kept my crossbow cocked, or if I would have cocked it before entering the stand, I probably could have gotten that bow. But with hogs, I'd probably use the Cheap Shot broadhead. One of my favorite broadheads, not because I ever killed anything with it, just because of the endorsement from Ted Nugent, is the Magnus Stinger. But they will both do the job. And it's one of my goals in life to take down a deer with a recurve bow without having... Well, I wouldn't mind having a sighting system for a bow, but it would just be super awesome if I could just shoot straight off the shelf without any optics on it. I did attempt to put a sighting system on this, and it didn't work. Scratched up my bow, and I don't know. I think it'd be just super cool to shoot straight off the shelf. Kind of instinctively, not really instinctively, but yeah. So that's my recurve bow. I don't have a string for my longbow. It's a weird size. As far as a pack is concerned, one of my favorite packs and most used packs is the Maxpedition Falcon 2. And this was my hunting pack for several years. I used it, kept my binoculars in it, snacks, cameras, and this pretty much took care of everything. I even kept my Glock in it, which my Glock is in my sling pack, and I'm not going to pull it out because I'm fixing to be going out of town, and that sling pack is part of my carry system, and I don't want to get it all drawn out, strung out. But yeah, I'll keep my Glock in here, or snacks, binoculars, stuff like that, fire starting equipment, and this was my go-to bag. Now, I bought a new hunting pack that's borderline a 3-day pack. It's not quite a 3-day pack or a 72-hour pack, but this is for elk hunting. Now, I don't plan on going elk hunting, but when I was considering going on public land to hunt, I'd have to be packing in and packing out everything, including the meat. So this has a meat carrying system on it, and I think it'll also fit my DSLR camera, and it's just a very nice pack. It's I think it's a Apps Outdoors Extreme, and it has a lot of different compartments and stuff in it. I have never used it. I plan on using it, but like I said, this is an elk hunting pack, and I felt if I was going to be packing everything out, I don't have a side-by-side or four-wheeler or anything like that, so I felt I needed to upgrade in a pack. What else? This is something that often makes it in my pack. This is a Zippo hand warmer. This works off of Zippo fluid, and I use this more often now at work than I do in the outdoors. But it works for about 12 hours. Keep it in your pocket to warm up your hands. And this was part of my hunting kit, and I really enjoyed it. They have USB powered ones or electric battery powered ones now. I don't know if I necessarily trust that, but because over time those battery or those USB ports wear out. As far as flashlights are concerned, I got 2 flashlights that I would use hunting. This is the Olight M2R Royal, which is a pretty powerful light. I got the M2R Pro, that's part of my self-defense carry and utility carry in general. And then I have this Olight S1 Baton. I really love this light. This is my dad's favorite light. And this one's in the bright orange, blaze orange, so if you drop it, hopefully you won't lose it if it's turned off. And also it has this double clip on it, and you can put it on the brim of your hat and use it as a headlamp. And I'd probably take both lights with me, use this one as a headlamp when I'm walking to my location. Then if this ran out of batteries or something, I'd pull this out to get, back to civilization, or if I needed to look for something. It's a good idea to carry 2 flashlights in my opinion, because I've had my primary flashlight go out on me in the middle of the hunt. I was actually going to my deer stand, and it was a Surefire G2, which I still have a couple of G2s, but this was like the first generation G2, and the batteries only last for an hour, which I don't use my flashlight constantly going to the stand and stuff. It's really just to get to the stand and back. I don't like search with it, but it was just very scary when you have that light and it starts sinking back into the bulb and you have no light and you're not in your deer stand. It sucks. So I like to have more than one flashlight. These are rechargeable, so you don't have to spend money on CR123 batteries. Also, when it comes to knives, this is one of my favorite hunting knives. It's the Cold Steel Bushman. It's cold to hang on to, but you have a nice sweep to it. Good skinning knife. I decapitated a deer with this because in Texas you need proof of sex with your ice chest of venison if you process it to that point. And they don't mean the genitals, they mean if it's antlered or not. So you need the antlers or you need the lack of antlers. And I'm not saying the knife made it out perfectly after doing that. We had to, reprofile it, but it did the job. You can put it on a sapling if you want and use it as a spear. My brother is a lot better at chunking spears than I am. He has a American hunting spear that he likes to throw. And if you wanted to hunt with a spear, I would say that would be the way to go, because it's very affordable and easy to set up. And it works. We've never hunted with it, but we've thrown it quite a bit, and it seems to be robust enough. And so the American hunting spear is an affordable option. Probably not as affordable as this and putting this one on a pole, but if I was going solely for spear hunting, I'd get the American hunting spear and not just rely on this. This one also comes with a Ferrocerium rod. For processing game, or non-game in this situation, I got 2 new knives that I would probably use. These are Bearing made knives, and I got this knife right here, Stag Handle 01 steel, and this is more of an EDC knife for me if I want to EDC a fixed blade and be kind of fancy, but I would attempt to skin an animal with it. But it has a very nice, pretty sheath to it. This is the one I'll probably most likely take. This is from his lightweight line of knives, and this is the Alaskan lightweight. And this is probably what I would process game with. But if you're hog hunting, you need a pig sticker, and I think there is no better pig sticker than the Cold Steel OSS. This is a double-bladed clip point blade, or double-edge clip point blade. The false edge is sharpened from the bottom all the way up to the clip or the point. You have your primary edge. You could probably skin with this if you wanted to, but it's a deadly thruster, and I've seen someone take down a Cape Buffalo with one of these, a wounded Cape Buffalo that was attacking someone. I'm sure you've seen the footage. So to me, when I think of a pig sticker, I think of this. You have significant length, you got two edges, you got a very fine point, and you got a sub hilt, so you're going to be able to pull it out pretty easily. Not that it would be difficult to pull out without the sub hilt. And so I think this is pretty much the ultimate pig sticker. I'm not saying there's not better ones out there, but for the money, this is about $50, I think. I don't think you can get a better pig sticker than this. If you want something that's a little bit more versatile as far as survival and pig sticking, you got the Cold Steel Laredo Bowie, which is going to be a little bit more expensive, or a good bit more expensive. But you got a false edge, you got a good point. It's very thick, or it's fairly thick stock, so it's going to have some hacking capabilities, and you're going to have some splitting capabilities. When it comes to Bowie knives, the Laredo Bowie is probably the best all-around Bowie. You can fight with it, you can camp with it. I've batoned with it before. And so you can do just about a little bit of everything with this Bowie knife. It's not a dueling Bowie, but it does just about as a jack-of-all-trades Bowie. And I was fortunate enough to get one with the leather traditional scabbard. As far as sidearms that are not knives, handguns, those two things I look for in a handgun when I go for hunting. And that is .357 Magnum or 10mm. I got my Glock 20, which shoots 10mm. You're going to have high capacity magazines with that, about 14 or 15, I think, rounds to shoot. I also am a big fan of .357 Magnum. .357 Magnum is my favorite caliber of all time, just because it's so versatile. You can put .38 Special in it, you can put shot shell in it, you can put hot loads in it, or .357 Magnum loads. And .357 Magnum and 10mm are very comparable, according to the ballistics charts I've looked at. But .357 Magnum is just... it's what I killed my first. It was my first handgun kill was with the Colt Trooper, and I was able to take down a small buck with that because I dropped my gun and I didn't trust the scope. But I decided to sit in the stand anyways. Small buck came out, and I was like, I wonder if I can get that, and I did. So that's it. That's the video. Like I said, I'm not currently hunting. I'm planning on doing it hopefully next year. I'd like to save enough money to get on a private lease, but if not, I'll look at public hunting. But I haven't gotten all the gear yet, all the stuff that I want to get. But that would be the meat and potatoes of what I would carry with me while hunting. The things that you didn't see would be a GPS if I'm going to a new location that I'm not familiar with, and a lighter because I like to have the ability to make fire. I can't camp anymore because I need sleep. I need a CPAP machine to sleep. But if I'm going to be stuck in the woods, I'd rather not die of hypothermia. If I'm going to die, it might as well be from sleep apnea, not hypothermia. So, might as well be warm. So that's it. That's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Asatsu5, and I'm out.